Hey everyone, welcome back to the Cakeman Entertainment. In today's video, I will be reacting to The Acolyte, Season 1, Episode 6. I have reacted to Episode 5 and Episode 4, you can check that link out above. If you've seen my previous reactions, you can probably tell that I'm not enjoying the series that much, to be honest, but as with all Star Wars, I will give it a chance, and I still always have that hope that it will get better. Yeah, because that's something that Star Wars has taught me from a young age, that always have hope, even in the darkest of times. So I will continue to have that hope. Yeah, last episode we obviously had a lot of fighting mostly. Still horrible dialogue. I mean, I can't get over that fact. The dialogue was not great. The fighting was, to be honest, I enjoyed the fighting. I thought the fighting itself was like pretty good. The choreography was quite good. The moves and stuff like that with the hand to hand and the lightsabers were, yeah, pretty well done, to be honest. But yeah, the dialogue just didn't back it up, so it didn't add that substance to the fighting, which is what elevates those fight scenes into like great scenes. So yeah, the fight itself was good, but yeah, needed a bit more. This episode, I'm not sure what to expect. They did the parent trap thing and switched the twins again. Although I'm not too sure. I feel like Soul's not gonna fall for that again. I mean, if he does, he's a real idiot. I hope he does. I mean, it's very obvious that May is the twin. She has that like circle tattoo on her face. If you just move her hair a little bit, you'll be able to notice even with her hair, like as it is, because there's gaps in her hair. Before I get into my reaction, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll get into it now. That haircut, I can't get over that one. That was too funny. I mean, I can't believe that the Sith Lord or Soul won't recognize that the twins have swapped. I feel like one of them, if not both of them, should know. If they care or not is different. I mean, Soul should definitely care. Maybe the Sith Lord won't, because he just wants Acolyte regardless. But Soul should definitely know that May has switched. The hell is that? Is that May's uniform? Seems like it. Those her knives, at least. I think a lot of people were theorizing if this was what's that? The Last Jedi planet, Arc 2. If this was it or not. Very well could be. I'm not sure. They haven't specified where that is yet. Unknown planet. Okay, yeah, I was just about to see if it was, but I do much prefer when it's like this, though. You can tell they're on set or on location. So I mean, looks much more open and alive. Well, I feel like the last few episodes was a lot more closed off and very CGI, heavily CGI based, and you could tell. This stuff could obviously has CGI in it too, but it's more real, if that makes sense.
Emergency code 0.
Yeah, I was gonna say, last episode Soul didn't contact the of course the signal doesn't get through yet. Say there's a Sith, man. Don't worry about your team being dead. Everyone was saying like Soul has to contact the Jedi. He's a damn idiot, but it's good that he did.
There is a much larger threat.
I mean, that's fair. Signal might not come to this faraway planet. Who knows? I mean, okay. The possible explanation for that is Soul just went through a lot, saw his Padawan die, saw Yord die. Maybe he's going through a bit of shock, so he's not really noticing if Osha is Osha or May is May. Osha is May. But I'm sure he'll figure it out soon enough. Lee Jung Jae is one of the highlights of this show. I love his acting. He's been like a step above all the other actors in this show. You can tell his emotion. I do enjoy his character. He's not the Sith Lord though, can't be. He must be the Acolyte. He's too young to be a Sith Lord. And he would have dealt with Soul a lot easier. Soul actually technically beat him, I guess. Or was close to beating him at some stages. Are we gonna see our first nude shot in Star Wars? Surely he can sense her. He seemed pretty strong in the Force. as what they set out last episode.
I'd like to put my clothes back on.
Yeah, okay. Wait, join him? Does she want him to join in the bath?
I'm wondering if it's honorable to kill me like this. Heat of battle.
What does she keep looking down at?
A few hours later, it's vengeance. But I arts.
He could be a compelling character. Like, him and Soul are probably the two I'm interested in right now.
Isn't it?
Interesting that he's wearing what looks like Jedi robes now. But my real question is, are they like really gonna play off that the Sith is like a good guy and the Jedi are bad guys? I don't mind the grayness about it, but like at the end of the day, the Sith are bad. They're not good people. He did still kill a bunch of them, so.
You saved me.
Come on, Soul, you can't fall for that.
He corrupted the High Council
Yes.
to tell them everything.
Yes. Good.
Everything?
Yes, I like this scene. But what is May's goal here? I don't get it. Is May trying to like kill Soul, or I don't know what her end goal is. I thought she wanted to give herself into the Jedi. So confused.
The review should not be.
Hey,
What the
relax,
freak?
relax, okay.
But you still can't excuse killing people. Like, he's trying to play it down like they're stopping his existence, but he interrupted them. If he just lives on himself, if he just lives by himself, they won't do anything to him. It seems like,
Everything.
yeah, it seems like this
Osha.
Sith or whatever he is, Acolyte, maybe himself, is trying to form a companion. He's obviously very lonely, it seems like. Probably lost all of his... Well, lost everyone like he just said. But I still think he has a master, I'm sure of it. He can't be the top dog. Oh, hey, Coruscant actually has flying stuff this episode. Hey, Coruscant looks a lot better this episode.
Mark,
Last episode looked horrible.
have you heard from yourself?
My name is...
Thank God. Good stuff, Sol. I was just wondering the whole episode, like, how does he not know? Be certain he would. How come her tattoo's not there anymore?
Master Soul.
Does she paint over it or something? Now is the perfect time to tell the Jedi Council. What is he doing? Okay, he's going to Coruscant directly. Fair. I mean, he should still radio it in. Oh. He should still radio it in, though. What he saw.
If the Jedi had been anywhere near that colony...
Is it just me, or is
they
her
might have found casualties.
paint color changing every episode? Oh no, don't say the power of many. Please don't. I mean, okay, I understand his character, but I still don't understand. I don't understand Osha here. Should she not be more pissed off? I mean, he just killed all her friends last episode, which is less than a day ago, I'm assuming. She's not really showing any remorse for them or sad. Oh! Okay, that's a pretty brutal scene.
Master Soul was responsible.
That is quite the accusation.
What? Is that what she was
Who else
suggesting?
would possess the power to...
To the ship.
Is she really suggesting that Soul would do this? Gotta be kidding me. I do like how they mentioned though that they're gonna bury the comrades. I was wondering if they're just gonna leave the bodies there, but that's good. I like that they're showing them some respect. Alright, that was season 1, episode 6 of The Acolyte. To be honest, I'll say it up front, that was probably my favorite episode, actually definitely my favorite episode of the series. There were obviously still a few things that didn't make sense, as with a lot of scenes in this whole series, but this episode I enjoyed. I thought it was good. I mean, they got the simple things right. Like I really enjoyed the settings in this episode. I thought that planet that they were on that looks like Arc 2 or a copy of Arc 2. That was a nice planet, and it looked lived in. It looked real. Coruscant shots looked a lot better this episode. Last episode it looked like a PlayStation 1 shot. It was just like a flat, dead, dull tower. The Jedi, the Jedi Temple. But this episode it looked a lot more lived in. There were ships flying around. You could see other towers in the background. It looked a lot better. Um, yeah, in general, it looked a lot more like the money you could see it this time. Well, I feel like you couldn't the last few episodes. It looked not very good. I think that forest that they went to it doesn't look very good. Kofar, or whatever they call it. Yeah, it looks a bit too CGI for my liking. But this episode in general was pretty good. I thought the Sith character what's his name? Oh, Kimir, right? I don't even know if that's his real name or not. We don't know his Sith name, but it seems like he's on this planet, and it seems like he's a bit lonely. I think he's probably been on by himself maybe for a while. Again, I have a feeling that he's not the Sith Master. I feel like he is the acolyte of someone else. Maybe he was previously. He mentions that he was with the Jedi a long, long time ago, which is a bit surprising to me because he doesn't look that old. But I'm not sure if that's just because the actor doesn't look old and he is old, or maybe he's a lot older than he looks like in the series itself. Yeah, so that was pretty good. Soul character again was at least a lot. They improved him again. I enjoyed him in the first few episodes, and he sort of went downhill. Then he improved again in this episode. I like how he did notice May. I thought they were gonna go with that he wouldn't even notice May. I thought that would be very idiotic because he's already sensed. He would be able to tell the difference, and I'm glad he did. I'm not sure what gave it away actually. Maybe it was Pip the robot, or maybe he knew all along and he was just acting with it. But I enjoyed that. I liked those little aspects. And as much as I've gone on about the little bad things that they've done throughout this series, I like the little things that they did right. Like they mentioned that they're going to bury the bodies, which is an important thing. I think it shows a sign of respect. It's not just a logistical thing that bodies can't just stay there and rot, but it's a respect thing for your fallen comrades. And I enjoy that they mentioned that. But there's still negatives in this episode, and I think the biggest thing is the main two characters, the protagonist and the antagonist, being Osha and May. I still don't understand either of their motivations right now, because May snuck onto Sol's ship impersonating Osha, and then she did plan to kill Sol, but I'm not sure why, because last episode it seemed like she split up with her master, so why is she still following his orders? She seems to hold some hatred for Sol, but then last episode she said she wants to turn herself into the Jedi. She's doing a lot of contradictory things. I'm not sure what. Yeah, I still don't understand her motivations. I'm more confused now than I was last episode. And now Osha as well, slightly drifting for me. I didn't mind Osha for the first few episodes, but she's drifting a little bit now because I thought she would have a bit more sadness and remorse about Yord and Jecki dying. I mean, it seemed like last episode they were setting up something between her and Jecki, and her and Yord clearly had a friendship before. It seemed like they cared for each other, and she didn't seem to show any remorse. Like, I liked the scene where we saw Sol. He was about to cry. Like, you see that emotion, and then he breathed and settled himself, and he went back to his business. But you could see that emotion was there because he lost his Padawan, Jecki. While Osha didn't show any emotion at all. I thought they were gonna go with she's angry and not fearful, but yeah, it's mostly anger, like her friend's dying, and then he'll feed into that anger. But no, she didn't seem angry at all. She was just chilling mainly, and then she just she literally says, I won't be as quickly convinced as my sister," but then she gets convinced within 2 scenes. So maybe it was the scene where he was nude after she saw his whole package. Then she's like, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna join you now." But yeah, I mean, other than that, yeah, I enjoyed at least the Kimir character and Soul. They are carrying the show for me, and I hope we get to see more of them. I'm sure we'll get another flashback scene, and we'll get to. I think Soul's about to explain what happened 16 years ago. Obviously, the Jedi are bad, clearly, which the show is lining up. Which, yeah, I don't mind if they're trying to gray out the lines a little bit and make the Jedi look not bad, but a bit corrupt. Not corrupt is not the right word, but a bit off track, which they are sometimes. But you can't blur it so much to say as Sith are good and Jedi are bad, because that's not the case. Um, Jedi are still the good ones at the end of the day, and Sith are still the bad ones. Of course, there's grey Jedi in between there who are a mix of both, but that's a different story altogether. Um, yeah, but in general, I'll say I did enjoy this episode. It was my favorite episode by a long way, and I hope they continue this upwards trend. I'm glad I watched this episode and continued the show actually, because this episode, it wasn't a 10 out of 10 episode or anything like that, but it's still like a 7-8, which is a lot higher than I can say for any other episode in this show. So let me know in the comments below what you liked about this episode. And if you liked my reaction, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.